the female lead transmigrated into the crown princess's body. But this crown princess was very much out of favor. This was because she was a replacement for her older sister. This is her husband, the crown prince. Although the crown prince had a devastatingly handsome face, he was a huge scumbag. He spent all his time doting on this green tea concubine. Now, the green tea bitch was about to discipline the female lead's personal maid. The female lead had just become a head chef in her previous life, but due to eating fugu sashimi, she kicked the bucket that very night. Now, she transmigrated into the body of the unfavored crown princess. What a hellish start. The green tea concubine complained to the crown prince, "Your Highness, this maid must have been instructed by someone to offend this humble concubine." Jinghuan felt a chill from the green tea bitch's actions. Yuan Jinghuan didn't want to be a pushover. "No matter how much your highness dislikes me, I am still the crown princess. So, when it's time to cry foul, this concubine still needs to speak up." The crown prince chuckled softly. "And how have you been wronged?" Jinghuan explained, "This maid wouldn't even dare to step on an ant, let alone offend offend concubine Yunfei." The crown prince's face darkened, cutting off Jinghuan's explanation. Because Jinghuan was a replacement for her sister, and she spent all her time practicing martial arts, the crown prince didn't like her at all. Suddenly, the crown prince thought of a good idea. "How about I petition my father to allow you to return to your family home?" Upon hearing this, Jinghuan was practically overjoyed. This kind of good news deserved a million thumbs up. Just as Jinghuan agreed, a small figure appeared. It called itself the confess or die system. Moreover, this system wasn't only visible to Jinghuan. The crown prince could see it too. The crown prince, having never seen such a thing, thought his eyes were playing tricks on him. Jinghuan, on the other hand, was stunned. She quickly understood the system's meaning. The task was for the two of them to confess their love to each other daily. Failure would result in punishment. The crown prince asked, "Crown princess, did you hear something strange?" Jinghuan gave an awkward laugh. Love Bento." The crown prince flew into a rage. "Yuan Jinghuan, you've truly grown tired of living." Jinghuan quickly covered her ears. When she turned back, the crown prince was already right in front of her. The crown prince's stunning beauty made Jinghuan's heart flutter. He was so handsome, a total idol face. The crown prince lightly lifted Jinghuan's chin with his feather fan. "Just now, you used witchcraft to bewitch me. Shall I bestow upon your entire family the gift of execution?" Then, the crown prince ordered, "Someone, bring the poison wine." Jinghuan was dumbfounded. "Dude, are you serious?" To recap, the female lead choked to death and transmigrated into the body of the crown princess. She hadn't even been alive for 2 minutes before the scumbag crown prince sentenced her to death by poison wine. How utterly unfair. What kind of Dabla drama was this? And the scumbag crown prince and the green tea bitch were bullying her maid. This scumbag crown prince had long disliked Yuan Jinghuan and wanted to use this opportunity to get rid of her. Suddenly, a small figure appeared in the air, calling itself the confess or die system. This system was only visible to Yuan Jinghuan and Crown Prince Jun Yunjian. The confess or die system issued its decree. If today's confession task is not completed, there will be punishment. Jun Yunjian thought this small figure was some sort of witchcraft employed by Yuan Jinghuan and ordered, "Bring the poison wine." Jinghuan was aghast. "Dude, are you for real? You're going to execute someone without even investigating." Everyone was too scared to look up. Jinghuan was the crown princess after all. "Your Highness, please calm down." Jun Yunjian said coldly, "Since you all dare to disobey my orders, then you shall all be buried with her." "Your Highness, please calm down." Qing Yun, the green tea concubine, saw her chance to replace the crown princess. "Your Highness, allow this concubine to take care of this for you." "Oh my God, how could such a beautiful man be so murderous?" The green tea bitch extended her evil hand towards Jinghuan. She gave a look to the maids beside her. The two maids quickly restrained Jinghuan. The green tea bitch reached out and grabbed Jinghuan's throat. "Am I going to die again right after arriving?" At this moment, the confess or die system reappeared. Warning, today's task failed. Punishment commencing. Jun Yunjian sneered. "Playing tricks even at death's door?" The next second, Jinghuan and Jun Yunjian were both electrocuted. They both simultaneously vomited blood, splattering the green tea bitch standing between them. Then, both of them collapsed. Everyone was terrified and quickly summoned the imperial physician. The green tea concubine stood there in a panic. "I didn't use any force." When Jinghuan opened her eyes again, she thought, this is ridiculous. Less than half an hour, and I've almost died twice, once in a modern world and once in this ancient one. The imperial physician reported to the crown prince, Your Highness, the crown princess is fine and needs only to rest. Jun Yunjian walked towards Jinghuan and knelt down. Coughing up blood, she said, Did you hear? He said we're first-time offenders and gave us another chance. The sudden death system reappeared before them. Do not question this system. Hurry up and complete the task. The two looked at each other. Jun Yunjian furrowed her brow. What is a loving lunchbox? Jinghuan replied, Simply put, it's a meal I personally prepare for you. Jun Yunjian waved her fan impatiently. Hurry up and make it then. All right, I'll go make it right away. Jinghuan walked to the door and exchanged a glance with Qing Yun. His Highness spared him. Qing Yun ran to the crown prince and began to speak in a fawning manner. Jun Yunjian watched Qing Yun with a look of disgust. Your Highness, looking at me like this makes me feel shy. Jinghuan, unable to stand it any longer, handed over a bronze mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Qing Yun looked at her reflection. She screamed and ran out the door. What a waste of a voice. She could be an opera singer. If you don't want to go to the kitchen, go to the torture chamber. Jinghuan, frightened, quickly bowed and excused himself. Jun Yunjian watched Jinghuan leave and close her eyes. She enjoyed listening to the distant sound of the zither. Then she saw Jinghuan timidly hiding outside. Why are you back? Your Highness, do you have any food preferences? No, whatever you want. And Your Highness, the sound of the beating outside is too loud. It will affect your appetite. Asking about preferences was a pretense. Freeing the man was the real goal. Jinghuan, looking at Jun Yunjian's fake smile, became infatuated. Then, Your Highness, can you release him? Jun Yunjian waved her fan impatiently. Get out of here quickly. Jinghuan then walked to the guards carrying out the punishment. Release him. The guards remained unmoved. Jinghuan yelled angrily. His Highness has already agreed to release him. How dare you disobey? Borrowing the tiger's might worked. On the way to the kitchen, Jinghuan heard the sound of a zither. The crown prince is about to die and still has the mood to play the zither. What a carefree attitude. Jinghuan trembled. I'd better stay away from that courtyard. I don't even want to save myself if I die again. In order to avoid sudden death, the female lead has to pretend to be a loving couple with the crown prince. To complete the system's task quickly, Jinghuan went to the kitchen to prepare a heartwarming lunchbox for the crown prince. After Jinghuan left, the atmosphere in the room was deathly silent. The crown prince drank his tea with a somber expression. Bang! A teacup shattered in front of Qing Yun, scaring her so much she didn't dare to look up. The crown prince glared at Qing Yun, who was kneeling on the floor. He reached out and lifted Qing Yun's chin, giving a sinister smile. Why aunt's orders are not for you to decide. Qing Yun kowtowed repeatedly. Your Highness, I wouldn't dare. Suddenly, a knock came at the door. Your Highness. Her Highness invites you to enjoy a meal. The crown prince coldly left Qing Yun on the floor. Qing Yun watched the crown prince leave with tearful eyes. Soon, the crown prince arrived at Jinghuan's place. The crown prince looked at the food on the table and then at Jinghuan in disbelief. Jinghuan gave him a look. Now it's your turn to act. The crown prince recited the system's lines with a resigned expression. The crown princess is gentle and virtuous and truly has some housekeeping skills. Jinghuan looked at him with disdain. If only he'd put some feeling into it, this scene wouldn't be so awkward. Congratulations, you two have completed the task. Resurrection implemented once. The two, having completed their forced performance, glared at each other with mutual dislike. Let's go then. Just as Jinghuan was about to leave, a black dog ran towards the food on the table. The black dog snatched a chicken leg from the table and swallowed it whole. The next second, it foamed at the mouth and collapsed in front of the palace maid. Jinghuan was terrified. Pointing at the black dog in panic, she asked, Is it dead? Your Highness, it has already tasted the crown princess's food. You are truly perceptive. The crown prince looked at Jinghuan with a speechless expression. Jinghuan touched her cheek awkwardly. Your Highness, would you believe me if I said the food wasn't poisoned? Jinghuan thought, I don't expect you to believe me anyway. Having a sudden inspiration, she confidently clenched her fist and declared, Your Highness. This black dog appeared so suddenly. It's obvious someone is trying to frame me. After speaking, Jinghuan looked at the crown prince with pleading eyes. Why aunt will judge. You don't need to explain. What judgment can a pig's brain have? How dare you question my aunt? The crown prince glared at him, startling him. Suddenly being so close to the crown prince, Jinghuan's filter instantly maxed out, and she became infatuated. So handsome. Just then, a task arrived. This task requires you two to hold hands and take a walk and find out the real culprit behind the poisoning. Jinghuan, blushing, prompted the crown prince. Did you hear that, your highness? Jinghuan glanced up at the crown prince, really handsome. The crown prince looked at her coldly. Put away your worthless thoughts. Get lost. The filter shattered instantly. Who wants to stay here anyway? At this moment, the crown prince's cheeks flushed as he looked at the pouting Jinghuan. Then, both of them shyly lowered their heads and walked past each other. This crown prince was actually spying on his wife with his best friend. After the crown prince and Jinghuan parted unhappily during the day, they each returned to their own residences. Night fell. In order to complete the system's task quickly, Jinghuan left her residence and headed to the kitchen. She wanted to look for clues about the poisoning in the kitchen. After arriving in the kitchen, Jinghuan completely forgot about the poisoning. She enthusiastically started grilling barbecue, more chili and cumin. Someone watch the fire and don't let it burn. Yes, your highness. This lamb leg smells so good. Meanwhile, at the crown prince's residence, the crown prince and his best friend were leisurely playing chess. After a few games, the friend felt bored and wanted to leave. At this moment, the crown prince stopped him. Zizi, don't go yet. I'll show you something interesting. Just like that, Zizi curiously followed the crown prince to the outside of the kitchen where Jinghuan was. The crown prince gestured for Zizi to come and peek at Jinghuan with him. When Zizi saw Jinghuan for the first time, he was captivated by her beautiful face. His face involuntarily flushed. You brought me here. You don't want to give this beauty to me, do you? The crown prince looked at the silly Zizi, speechless. There are plenty of beauties in the palace. You can have as many as you want. But she's my aunt's, the crown princess. What are you thinking? Zizi looked at the crown prince in surprise. Don't tell me you just brought me here to peep at your wife. Suddenly, bang! The kitchen instantly erupted in flames. Jinghuan rushed out, holding a lamb leg. Whoa, how'd I blow up the kitchen? She ran out of the house, panting, feeling both angry and speechless. My 5-star chef reputation is completely ruined now. The kitchen exploded. Jinghuan looked up at the voice. She saw the crown prince and a man walking towards her. Jinghuan angrily pointed at the crown prince. What are you doing here? Don't tell me you're following me. With such a commotion, it would be hard not to know. A servant walked over. Your highness, your highness. The fire is quite large. We shouldn't stay here long. Then, they left the kitchen. After the crown prince turned around, Jinghuan made a face at him. After they reached the courtyard, the crown prince looked seriously at Jinghuan. Don't you see we have a guest? Jinghuan listlessly handed the lamb leg to Zizi. Have a late-night snack. You look a little pale. Eat some lamb to nourish yourself. Hearing Jinghuan's words, Zizi burst into laughter, leaning on the crown prince's shoulder. Your crown princess is really interesting, huh? The crown prince yelled at the stunned Jinghuan. Go back to your courtyard and wash your face. Startled, Jinghuan quickly ran away with the lamb leg. Zizi, watching Jinghuan leave, didn't forget to tease the crown prince. Thanks for the treat. I'm very happy. The next morning, Jinghuan went to the crown prince's residence to apologize. She saw a group of beautiful women greeting the crown prince. Sorry to interrupt your pleasure. The crown prince looked seriously at the apprehensive Jinghuan. That I swear last night was an accident. Do you believe me? Indeed, it's not your fault. Jinghuan was surprised that he's being so reasonable. Something's fishy. The next moment, the crown prince looked at Jinghuan with a sorrowful expression. Gudu told the imperial physician that because of the stress of managing the harem, she developed heartbreak wind. Hearing the crown prince's nonsense, Jinghuan was instantly furious. What? Making up an illness to avoid writing poetry? She struggled to control her anger. The crown prince, seeing her furious but unable to do anything about it, became even more emboldened. You, Yi Shao. Your actions at the crown prince's residence were seen by Xiao Yin and the Prince of Nan. Now your heroic feat has spread throughout the entire capital. Jinghuan, hearing that her prestigious reputation was ruined like this, instantly crumbled and turned to stone on the spot. The crown prince provocatively waved his hand, gesturing for her to come over. Jing Huan angrily looked at the crown prince. Are you calling a dog? She reluctantly shuffled closer. The crown prince, with a mischievous grin, extended his pig-like hand, gently reaching for Jing Huan's hand. Then he began his fake performance. My beloved concubine, since you have this strange illness, I will take good care of you. Jing Huan, hearing the crown prince's mocking words, angrily clenched her fists and lunged at him. This is unbearable. The next second, however, the crown prince grabbed her. Caught off guard, Jing Huan lost her balance and fell into his arms. The crown prince immediately embraced her. Jing Huan's face flushed crimson. What are you doing? Let me go. The crown prince devilishly leaned closer to her blushing face. And why, beloved concubine, do you enjoy courting death so much? The alluring crown prince, unrestrained, rarely used his male charms to tease his wife, stirring Jing Huan's heart. Because Jing Huan had blown up the kitchen while roasting a leg of lamb, she came to apologize to the crown prince. But not only was the crown prince not angry, he even gave her a comforting hug. Seeing the crown prince being so proactive, Jing Huan playfully teased him with her hand. The crown prince, with Jing Huan so close, felt a wave of nausea. Jing Huan, smugly, continued to fan the flames. Don't let go, or the system will make you drop dead. The crown prince glared at her angrily. Then the two began to bicker incessantly. The onlookers below were speechless at this married couple. After a while, the time for one stick of incense was up. Jing Huan forcefully flung the crown prince's hand away. Phew. She then retreated from his side. Ding dong. Jing Huan and the crown prince looked at the system notification that appeared. This mission has failed. Jing Huan angrily pointed at the system. That what's going on? We did everything you said. Enforcing punishment. Do not resist. The next second, Jing Huan and the crown prince screamed in pain. The onlookers, witnessing their plight, fled the room in terror. This is too bizarre. Someone go get the imperial physician. The punished duo lay on the ground in agony. This random task is non-fatal. Don't get your hopes up. Jing Huan angrily clenched her fists. Screw you. This damn broken task. Then, Jing Huan coughed up some ketchup. Did you let go halfway? The crown prince slowly stood up, glaring angrily at Jing Huan on the floor. I don't have time for your little games. I can't get up. Help me. Because Jing Huan had used too much force. The crown prince, who had just regained his footing, was pulled back down to the ground, his clothes ripped open. Jing Huan, looking at the crown prince's well-built physique, blushed instantly. At this moment, the imperial physician and the palace maids entered. Seeing the two in a compromising position, they said, apologies for interrupting your highness and your ladyship's activities, and promptly closed the door. Jing Huan stared dreamily at the crown prince. Oh, perfect. Seen enough. Jing Huan waved her hand embarrassedly. I was just indiscriminately appreciating the beautiful scenery. The crown prince smirked. He grabbed Jing Huan's hand and placed it on his well-defined chest. Oh, my beloved concubine, you're this fascinated by my body. This is too much flirting. Jing Huan clutched her rapidly beating heart. Then her nose started bleeding. Flustered, Jing Huan unconsciously kicked the crown prince away. You're so indecent. Blushing furiously, Jing Huan touched her ear and glanced back at the crown prince on the ground. She poked his head with her finger. Are you okay? The crown prince, his face pale, looked at Jing Huan in pain. Jing Huan finally realized what she had done. I just kicked him in the groin. Jing Huan gave an awkward laugh. If I said I didn't do it on purpose, would you believe me? The crown prince stared at her in agony. Yuan Jing Huan, you've really outdone yourself. The scumbag crown prince and the scheming white lotus flaunted their affection in front of the female lead. The female lead looked at them with disdain. Who the hell would want to be here if it weren't for the mission failing? Just now, the two of them had been punished for failing their mission. Now, they had to cooperate again to complete it. Jing Huan accidentally kicked the crown prince in the groin. The crown prince glared at Jing Huan. Was it your fault we failed just now? Jing Huan retorted, annoyed, are you crazy? Didn't you see I got shocked too? Jing Huan shuddered at the memory of the electric shock. Why did we fail? Just then, she heard the palace maids whispering outside. Jing Huan peeked out. Could it be because there weren't enough people? If you say so. A short while later, Jing Huan gathered 500 palace maids in front of the crown prince's residence. Stay where you are. Don't move. But no one below paid attention to her words. Jing Huan looked at the chaotic scene. All right, good job. She then kicked the crown prince hard. The crown prince bristled instantly. What are you doing? Make them listen. Otherwise, we'll both get shocked. The crown prince looked speechless. Then he looked sternly at the crowd below. The crown princess's words are commands. Disobey, and you'll be executed. Everyone froze, staring resentfully at Jing Huan. What kind of spell did this vixen use to bewitch the crown prince? Under the scorching sun, Jing Huan grew increasingly irritated as she counted, "If you move again, I'm going to hit someone." The crown prince was woken by Jing Huan's voice. He opened his eyes and looked at the scolded palace maid. He beckoned with his hand, "You come here." The palace maid instantly transformed into a delicate, innocent flower and knelt before the crown prince. The crown prince looked at her with a sly smile. "Trying to get my attention? Hoping to climb into my bed?" The scheming palace maid didn't dare look up at the crown prince. The crown prince grabbed her hand. He leaned in close to the palace maid. "Answer my question truthfully." "Your Highness, this servant wouldn't dare dream of serving you." Jing Huan watched this display with a look of disbelief. "You're actually falling for such low-grade tea?" The palace maid looked at Jing Huan and started her innocent act again. "Your Highness, this servant didn't mean to do it. Please spare my life." Jing Huan looked at the melodramatic palace maid, utterly speechless. "Don't try to pin this on me. I never said I wanted your life." She then continued, counting with a disdainful look. The crown prince, feeling ignored by the commotion, stood up displeased. He picked up a peach and tossed it to the palace maid on the ground. The palace maid, thinking she was about to be favored, happily caught the peach. "I'll carve this peach into a flower for your Highness. If it's too ugly, you can have me dragged out." He then walked over to Jing Huan. "Is the count accurate? There shouldn't be any problems, right?" To ensure the count of 500, the crown prince gave a command, and everyone lined up in formation. Jing Huan looked at the neat rows with surprise. "This makes me look like a fool." The crown prince grinned at Jing Huan. He then took Jing Huan's hand. Jing Huan played along, presenting a picture of a loving couple. "Should be no problem now, right?" Suddenly being gazed at like this by the crown prince, Jing Huan blushed. The crown prince continued to look tenderly at the blushing Jing Huan. This princely couple, in order to flaunt their love, gathered 500 single people to watch them be lovey-dovey. Everyone glared at them, shameless show-offs. Actually, the crown prince and Jing Huan didn't want to do this either. But it was a mission requirement that had to be completed, otherwise there would be severe punishment. Jing Huan felt that holding hands for the time it takes an incense stick to burn was too long. Awkwardly, she asked the crown prince if they should talk about something. The crown prince looked at her, exasperated. "The mission has two parts, holding hands and finding the real culprit who poisoned the food. Your efficiency is way too low." Jing Huan looked at him unhappily. "You don't even have any efficiency. Who are you looking down on?" The crown prince sarcastically mentioned Jing Huan burning down the kitchen in the middle of the night, which destroyed the clues. To prove she hadn't investigated in vain, Jing Huan ordered the servant girls to bring a servant forward. Soon, 2 servant girls brought the person before the crown prince and Jing Huan. Jing Huan pointed at the servant and explained to the crown prince, "This person was acting suspiciously while putting out the fire last night. I had the servant girls tie him up and lock him in the woodshed." As Jing Huan spoke, she had the servant girls read out the servant's information. Just then, a handsome man approached. "Your Highness, you arrested my man without any evidence. This isn't reasonable, is it?" The crown prince and Jing Huan sat and listened to him finish. Chun Marin watched as the crown prince continued to hold Jing Huan's hand. Extreme suspicion about the relationship between the crown prince and Jing Huan arose in her heart. The crown prince looked at Jing Huan. "If you think there's something wrong with that person, send them down for a thorough interrogation." Jing Huan released the crown prince's hand and walked towards the bound servant girl, untying her. "I apologize. It was reckless of me. I was wrong to tie you up without evidence." The servant girl was stunned for a moment. Then Jing Huan bowed in apology. The servant girl, frightened, kowtowed repeatedly on the ground. The crown prince coughed pointedly. Then he stared at Jing Huan with a strange look. Jing Huan, feeling uncomfortable being stared at so lewdly by the crown prince, snapped, "What are you staring at? There's no flour on my face." The crown prince playfully pinched Jing Huan's cheek. "Let me remind you, use your words, not your hands." The crown prince released his hand from her cheek and then took Jing Huan's hand, hinting at something. "Do you understand now? You just let go of my hand." Jing Huan suddenly panicked. "This is really bad." The crown prince, seeing Jing Huan's startled reaction, laughed. "No punishment, just that our time is up." Then the crown prince leaned closer to Jing Huan and teased, "My dear consort, do you still want to hold my hand?" Jing Huan blushed and pulled her hand back. "Stop your nonsense." Then she hurriedly ran off. "Nothing else to see here, bye." The crown prince watched Jing Huan leave with a tender gaze. The crown princess is getting more and more interesting. He then turned and walked towards the servant girl who was still kneeling on the ground. He glanced at her coldly. "Come with me." The empress, out of boredom, had been teasing her husband's concubine. The concubine was flushed from the empress's teasing. Originally, Chun Marin had intended to confront Jing Huan because Jing Huan, in her investigation of the poisoning, had arrested her servant without evidence. Jing Huan had only offended Chun Marin in her eagerness to complete the task quickly. The crown prince, looking at the captured servant girl, summoned her for a private meeting. It turned out this servant girl was a spy planted by the crown prince to help him investigate the poisoning. "Your Highness, the most suspicious person is Zixia, who serves consort Liu." The crown prince pondered, recalling this suspicious maid. He then instructed the servant girl to continue the investigation. Elsewhere, Jing Huan, blushing, muttered to herself, "Could it be I've fallen for a honey trap?" She absent-mindedly picked up the tea beside her, and oh, it can't be. It's absolutely impossible. That dog of a man couldn't possibly be my type. At that moment, a maid entered. "Your Highness, this tea is cold. You shouldn't drink it." Jing Huan waved her hand dismissively. "Cold tea is good for reducing internal heat." Noticing the maid's hesitant look, Jing Huan inquired further. It turned out that Qin Yun was bringing a group of concubines to pay their respects. After some thought, Jing Huan decided to meet them. Inside the crown princess's residence, a group of concubines waited for Jing Huan. Chun Marin looked at Jing Huan's maid with annoyance. "She's finished the refreshments and still hasn't announced us? Someone teach her some manners." An earring flew through the air and landed on Chun Marin's maid's hand. Everyone looked over curiously. Jing Huan walked in with a dignified air. "How dare you punish my servant? You've got quite the nerve. Crown Princess, you really never miss a chance to remind us of your status, do you?" The maid replaced the earring on Jing Huan's ear. Jing Huan looked at the arrogant Chun Marin with disdain. Then Jing Huan sat down and began to lecture the concubines. "Your lack of manners is an embarrassment to the crown prince." Chun Marin glared at Jing Huan through gritted teeth. Qin Yun walked over to Chun Marin's side and began to whisper to her. "We're all sisters here. Why don't we all take a step back?" Jing Huan, looking at the smooth-talking Qin Yun, excitedly provoked her. "You take a step back then." "I won't." Jing Huan stood up and walked in front of everyone, announcing authoritatively, "Since everyone is at fault, you'll all be punished by running laps around the crown prince's residence." Qin Yun and Chun Marin were stunned. Chun Marin looked at Jing Huan speechlessly. "You really do pick punishments you're good at, don't you?" Jing Huan teased cheerfully. "Hong Hong, what are you best at? It seems your only skill is your beauty." The compliment made Chun Marin blush. Jing Huan looked at her triumphantly. Chun Marin only then realized she'd been insulted. Jing Huan put on a concerned expression. "Hong Hong, do you think you can even run?" Chun Marin immediately feigned weakness, hoping to get out of the punishment. Jing Huan leaned towards Chun Marin and teased. "Hong Hong, as long as you run fast enough, His Highness the Crown Prince won't be able to escape." Then Jing Huan put on a serious expression. "Hong Hong, trust me." Chun Marin took a deep breath and then asked a servant girl to fetch a pair of shoes. Just then, the crown prince happened to pass by. He saw a group of people shouting encouragement and looked over curiously. He saw a scene of wifely harmony. Jing Huan and Chun Marin were happily chasing the crown princess. "Wait for me. Hong Hong, hurry up and chase me." The crown prince was a little confused. What are they up to now? The green tea concubine, due to throwing herself at the scumbag crown prince, was envied and hated by the other concubines in the harem. In fact, the instigator of all this was Jing Huan. To avoid being bothered by these concubines, Jing Huan deliberately provoked Chun Marin, using running to attract the crown prince. Chun Marin believed her and listened to Jing Huan's deceitful words. She and Jing Huan started a chase around the crown prince's residence. The crown prince happened to pass by and watched them run curiously. Seeing the crown prince nearby, Jing Huan encouraged Chun Marin to run faster. Then Jing Huan deliberately tripped someone, using the opportunity to send Chun Marin into the crown prince's arms. The crown prince looked at Chun Marin's delicate and charming appearance. In front of everyone, he directly picked up Chun Marin and left. The concubines behind them watched enviously. Jing Huan rejoiced at finally having some peace. Turning around, she saw the group of concubines staring at her with hungry eyes. Elsewhere, the crown prince looked coldly at Chun Marin on the ground. Chun Marin tearfully pleaded with the crown prince for his favor. The crown prince, coldly wiped away the tears on Chun Marin's face and then began to lecture her. After being comforted by the crown prince, Chun Marin obediently laid down to rest, sadly asking, "Your Highness, who do you really love?" The crown prince didn't answer, but quietly left the room. Ever since Chun Marin threw herself at him, the concubines in the palace all imitated Chun Marin's method, trying to get close to the crown prince. The crown prince was furious, believing that Jing Huan was behind all of this. Meanwhile, Jing Huan was leisurely drinking tea when a servant girl informed her that the crown prince was coming. "What does that lunatic want with me?" At that moment, the crown prince angrily cornered Jing Huan. "Crown princess, you have quite the methods, making it impossible for me to have any peace while you're leisurely relaxing here. What's it got to do with me?" The crown prince angrily pinched Jing Huan's face. "Crown princess, you'd better not try anything funny." Then the crown prince used his fan to lecture Jing Huan. Jing Huan clutched her headway chip, LY, and then told the crown prince about a new clue she had found regarding the poisoning. Then she put her hands on her hips and strutted around smugly. The crown prince looked at Jing Huan disdainfully. "I already knew all that." Hearing this, Jing Huan angrily grabbed the crown prince. "If you already knew, why didn't you tell me? Were you deliberately trying to see me make a fool of myself? We need to hurry up and find the culprit. Once we complete the mission, we'll get the ultimate reward." "The ultimate reward isn't going to be for us to be together, is it?" The crown prince disdainfully used his fan to shoo Jing Huan away. Jing Huan made a cute face that it's a confession system, so the purpose is already quite clear. Then the two began to fantasize about their married life. Spring breezes, kite flying, and good luck. Summer heat and watermelon. Autumn smoke and roasted sweet potatoes. Winter snow and the two of U.S. buried. Jing Huan shivered in fear. "That won't do." The crown prince looked at her with disdain. "Why don't we just elope? That way, the system won't be able to do anything to us." Suddenly, a eunuch walked in. "Your Highness, the empress is unwell and requests your presence in the palace." The crown prince's face lit up with joy. "Why is she dying?" Jing Huan sensed that the crown prince wasn't acting normal and tried to sneak away, but the crown prince grabbed her. "Crown princess, come with me to the palace. I hear that woman has always disliked you. Maybe you going there will anger her to death." The crown prince then forcibly dragged Jing Huan away. The two boarded the same carriage. Jing Huan was extremely nervous and on the verge of collapse, constantly trying to reassure herself. Meanwhile, the crown prince happily watched her panic. The crown prince and crown princess's white moonlights appeared online simultaneously, showering them with affection and leaving the couple at a loss. The philandering crown prince brought his wife, Jing Huan, to the palace for the first time to visit the ailing empress. Jing Huan noticed something amiss with the dishes the palace maids were serving, as she tugged on the crown prince's robe to explain. The second prince and his wife entered to pay their respects to the empress. The crown prince, seeing his former white moonlight, greeted them cheerfully. This was Jing Huan's first time seeing the crown prince's white moonlight. Then he looked at the second prince and instantly blushed. "The second prince looks so much like the person I have a crush on," she thought, comparing the two brothers in her mind. They look quite alike. Jing Huan noticed the second prince staring at her and fantasized about how she appeared in his eyes. Feeling the tension in the air, she imagined their complicated relationship web. She wanted to leave quickly. Suddenly, Yuan Yiru embraced Jing Huan and put on a concerned act. "Crown princess, you've been married for over a year now. Why don't you have any children yet?" This left Jing Huan flustered. "Why don't we go back to the Yuan residence to see your family later?" Upon hearing Yuan residence, the crown prince immediately objected. The couple glared at each other angrily. "Dream on about going back to the Yuan residence. If you're annoyed with them, don't take it out on me," Jing Huan thought. Jing Huan then leaned close to the crown prince's ear and explained the matter of the empress's coma. The crown prince, wanting to know more, took Jing Huan's hand and left the empress's bedchamber. Yuan Yuru watched them holding hands, seething with jealousy. When did they become so close, she wondered. Reaching a side hall, Jing Huan surveyed the surroundings and closed the door. She approached the crown prince and explained that there was a problem with the empress's diet. You mean someone poisoned her? Not poison. Are you trying to be difficult again? Jing Huan retorted angrily. Who's being difficult with you? It's food incompatibility. As a modern culinary expert, Jing Huan was well versed in these matters. After patiently explaining the principles of food incompatibility, she turned to the crown prince. Do you understand? The crown prince suddenly looked at Jing Huan with newfound respect. He then gently caressed Jing Huan's face and asked, "How did you know all this?" Jing Huan shyly turned away. "I learned it from books. You should go and explain it to the emperor later." The crown prince deliberately leaned close to Jing Huan's ear and teased, "Why doesn't the crown princess go and take the credit herself?" Jing Huan, seeing the crown prince's suddenly darkening expression, realized her mistake. "Don't you want the empress to wake up?" The crown prince glared menacingly at Jing Huan. "It wouldn't be a pity at all if you died, woman." The philandering crown prince, for the sake of his white moonlight, was actually being abusive towards his wife. Terrified, the crown princess just wanted to escape this prison. The crown prince threatened Jing Huan. "It wouldn't be a pity at all if you died, woman." Jing Huan was horrified, unable to understand what was wrong with the crown prince. As his grip tightened, Jing Huan instinctively reacted, causing the crown prince to collapse to his knees in pain. "Don't try anything funny, or I'll scream and let your white moonlight see this." Jing Huan, seeing the murderous look in the crown prince's eyes, tried to slip away. Just then, the crown prince's white moonlight appeared, blocking her escape. Yuan Yuru, seeing the crown prince kneeling in pain, began her manipulative act. "Brother crown prince, are you all right?" "Sister, she practices martial arts regularly and doesn't know her own strength. I'm sorry you had to suffer." The crown prince stood up and angrily shoved Yuan Yuru away. "Get out." Yuan Yuru looked at Jing Huan in surprise. "Brother crown prince is usually so gentle with me." Suddenly, the second prince entered. "Father has summoned us." Seeing the crown prince and Yuan Yuru chatting happily, Jing Huan tried to slip away unnoticed. The crown prince grabbed her as she tried to escape. "Crown princess, don't even think about leaving." In the main hall, the crown prince informed the emperor that Jing Huan could cure the empress. Jing Huan quickly denied it. Jing Huan had no choice but to obey. The crown prince watched with a smug look. Back in the empress's chambers, Jing Huan used modern methods to treat the empress. Jing Huan explained to the imperial physician, "The empress has consumed something unclean. We must induce vomiting to minimize the harm." After the empress had vomited, Jing Huan instructed the servants to prepare millet porridge for her. The emperor entered, looking pleased. "Jing Huan, when will the empress awaken?" Jing Huan looked at the empress, who was pretending to be asleep, feeling speechless. The emperor and empress were already awake. Once outside, Jing Huan deliberately instructed the imperial physician that the induced vomiting couldn't stop, at least not for 3 days. Jing Huan looked at the smug crown prince beside her, speechless. "You jerk. If you wanted to mess with me, you didn't have to do it like this. If I really couldn't cure her, the entire Yuan family wouldn't fare well either. Your white moonlight is also surnamed Yuan. You think I would let anyone harm her?" As expected, the white moonlight is different. The empress is much better. "Everyone, come in and pay your respects." To thank Jing Huan for curing the empress, the emperor asked Jing Huan what reward she desired. Jing Huan nervously looked at the emperor. "Your Majesty, I do have a wish. Whatever you want, just say it. I will grant it." "Your Majesty, I wish to divorce the crown prince." To escape the crown prince's control, the female lead decided to divorce him. Upon hearing about the reward, Jing Huan directly asked the emperor for a divorce from the crown prince. The emperor tactfully rejected Jing Huan's request. "I will still honor my promise of a reward. When you think of a suitable reward, come and tell me." After speaking, the emperor got up and left. Jing Huan looked at the crown prince with a bad premonition. Outside, the crown prince's face was dark. Jing Huan's heart began to race. The crown prince suddenly stopped, and Jing Huan accidentally bumped into him. "Why did you stop so suddenly?" The crown prince turned around and looked at Jing Huan with icy eyes. Jing Huan felt a chill. "Brother, let's talk things out. Don't do anything rash." Ignoring Jing Huan, the crown prince turned and mounted his horse, and Owen is allowed to provide the crown princess with a horse or carriage. "Yuan Jing Huan, you love running, right? Be back at the manor in half an hour, or your maids will be gone." After delivering his harsh words, the crown prince rode off. Jing Huan cursed angrily. Am I a rocket? Can't you just be a decent human being? Jing Huan watched as the frightened servants all left, speechless. That you're really not going to give me a carriage? It's only 15 kilometers. Half an hour later, Jing Huan arrived at the manor and saw the crown prince looking at her calmly. I'm exhausted. This isn't over between us. So, do you want to keep running? Run my ass. Jing Huan mistakenly thought the crown prince was punishing her for the running incident with his concubines. The crown prince stood up sternly and walked towards Jing Huan. Yuan Jing Huan, are you out of your mind? How dare you ask for a divorce in front of His Majesty? Hearing this, Jing Huan angrily grabbed the crown prince's clothes. That you're the one who's out of your mind. I did that to unbind the system. Besides, if we're divorced, you can do whatever you want, right? Jing Huan pushed the crown prince away and looked at him smugly. Your Highness, don't act like I've abandoned you. Besides, we don't have any feelings for each other anymore. If you think it's embarrassing, I'll agree next time you ask. The crown prince felt an inexplicable displeasure after hearing Jing Huan's words. Then Jing Huan flipped him off. The crown prince grabbed Jing Huan's arm and asked, what does that gesture mean? Jing Huan hurriedly explained, it means I respect you. The crown prince, reassured, let go of her arm. Jing Huan quickly fled the scene. Back in his chambers, the crown prince kept thinking about Jing Huan's gesture. It felt very familiar. That it's just a coincidence. I must be overthinking it. The green tea white moonlight came to the crown prince and his wife, deliberately stirring up trouble, causing their conflict to worsen and turning them against each other. Since returning from the palace, Jing Huan had been slacking off. One day, a maid walked up to the just-awakened Jing Huan with a worried look. Your Highness, second Miss Yuan has arrived. That green tea white moonlight never brings anything good. Let's go see. After getting ready, Jing Huan went to the backyard. Good morning, sister. What are you doing? Brother Crown Prince loves tea made with dew. I'm collecting some. Just then, Yuan Yiru saw the Crown Prince approaching from afar and began her manipulative performance. There are rumors going around that you two are having marital problems. Later, tell the Crown Prince that you collected this dew for him. Jing Huan awkwardly refused. Yuan Yiru immediately put on a pitiful expression. The Crown Prince walked sternly towards Yuan Yiru. You really do worry about your sister. Jing Huan, seeing the tension between them, tried to slip away. But the Crown Prince noticed. Crown Princess, where do you think you're going? Seeing the tense atmosphere, Yuan Yiru immediately took the Crown Prince's arm, feigning anger towards her supposed stranger of a sister. Then, Yuan Yiru put on a tearful expression. The Crown Prince, however, remained unmoved, only finding Yuan Yiru annoying. Yuan Yiru grabbed Jing Huan's clothes, putting on a display of sisterly affection. Grandmother misses you. When can you come back with me? Jing Huan, thinking this was her chance to escape the Crown Prince's manor, happily agreed to leave with Yuan Yiru. But the Crown Prince stopped her. I was just being unkind to seventh sister, so I'll apologize to you. Yuan Yiru was incredulous. The Crown Prince had actually called her seventh sister. The Crown Prince, Wu Shiwan, approached Jing Huan. Crown Princess, you should know what you can and can't say. Don't need to teach you? You'd better be aware. Jing Huan angrily retorted, I've been slandered by you. Does someone who's crazy need to be careful about what they say? Since the Crown Princess admits to being ill, then stay in the manor to recuperate. The Crown Prince then ordered his men to seize Jing Huan. The Crown Prince looked at the captured Jing Huan with a provocative gaze. That I, in the Crown Prince's manor, I have the final say. Then, the Crown Prince turned and left Xiao Sadak. Someone, prepare the carriage for Zui Xianlu. You bastard! You put me under house arrest while you go off to enjoy yourself. Jing Huan furiously flung off the attendants. With lightning speed, she charged at the Crown Prince. That I'll fight you. Jing Huan's forceful blow injured the Crown Prince's lower back. He knelt on the ground in pain. You woman, why are you so savage? I'm going home today. Yuan Yiru listened to the couple bicker with a sullen face, filled with jealousy. She walked up to Jing Huan and pretended to mediate. However, the two only argued more fiercely. Jing Huan angrily rolled up her sleeves, ready to hit the Crown Prince. But then she saw the sky suddenly darken with thunder and lightning. A maid cried and knelt, begging Jing Huan not to leave. Jing Huan was bewildered. What was going on?